A United States congressman stands before a disclosure forum in Washington, D.C., and names a specific, highly classified file, AF-ATIC-FILM, dated 0352. It isn't a rumor, and it isn't a story from a civilian. It's a physical reel of film produced by the Air Force, sitting in a vault at MIT for 74 years. For decades, the people demanding UFO answers were asking about modern footage, recent encounters, sensor data. This is the opposite. This is the beginning. To understand why this reel matters, you have to go back to early 1952. Sightings weren't a fringe hobby. They were a national security crisis. The Air Force was drowning in reports. Over 45,000 sightings, actually, both military and civilian. They were flooding in. And the military wasn't laughing. They were scared. They were actively trying to secure American airspace against something they couldn't even identify. So they built a program, and they called it Project Blue Book. The military's formal, organized attempt to investigate the phenomenon and figure out what was in the sky. And they put a specific man in charge. His name was Edward J. Ruppelt, the first director of Project Blue Book. Ruppelt wasn't a dreamer. He was a decorated Air Force officer, a trained, sober-minded man who coined the very term we still use today, unidentified flying object. He took those 45,000 reports and he narrowed them down to 750 cases. 750 sightings that remained credible, serious, and completely unexplained. Then, in March of 1952, Ruppelt walked into a room full of top scientists and military officials, and he gave them a briefing. And someone turned on a camera at the corner of the room. That whole briefing was recorded, filed under one label, AF-ATIC-FILM, dated 0352. Quote, a flying saucer talk. But here is where the story turns. That film didn't go to a government archive where the public could find it. It went to MIT Lincoln Laboratory, a private, federally funded research center. And then it sat there, untouched, unacknowledged, for over 7 decades. They didn't destroy it. They just filed it away, out of sight and out of reach, until this year. This year, Congressman Eric Burleson stopped asking politely. He stopped making vague requests. Instead, he named the exact file by its catalog number. Back in May, Burleson sent a formal letter to MIT, and he says the lab's attorney wrote back fast. Their answer? They would comply within 30 days. But then 30 days came and went. No film, no public release still. And on June 24th, just the other day, the story reignited. Burleson announced that the lab had now admitted the file exists and agreed to turn it over. He told them he knew precisely what they were holding, and this time they didn't deny it. But here's the catch. As of today, there's still no digitized copy, no published response letter from MIT, no transfer notice from the National Archives, just a promise and a clock that has already been broken once. The most interesting part of this story isn't just that the film exists. It's that a briefing by the head of the Air Force's UFO program was buried for 74 years inside of a university's vault, and it took a member of Congress naming a specific file by number to even begin prying it loose. The military had the data, they filmed the presentation, and then they filed it away where almost no one could find it. Whatever Edward Ruppelt said in that room in 1952, it stayed out of the public view for over 7 decades, and right now, we are closer than we have ever been to seeing it. Or the vault might simply close again.